Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to your Sunday morning update. Coming at you live here from Dubai. Was just up at the top of the tallest building in the world. Check out that live stream. If you haven't, at the end of this live stream, it's going to blow your mind. It's not always about the charts. I'm also taking you around the world and showing you absolutely amazing experiences through my interactive live stream documentary abilities. Jump on it today and watch that live. It'll blow your mind. You're going to be able to be taken to luxury experience at the top of the nicest building in the world. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll check back in a second. Stay blessed.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you, babe?
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifers Show, baby. Little quick effect for you there, get you going, jumping out of your seat there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, being a part of the Liferverse. We appreciate you. We care about you. And, we want to make sure you're having a wonderful day out here on a beautiful Sunday morning. God bless each and every one of you. It's a gorgeous day, sunny every single day here in Dubai. Not one day did it rain. Not one day was the sun not out. It was a sunny day every single day here in Dubai. None of that crazy rain like when all that other junk happened there. But we're going to break down Bitcoin. I wanted to see a bit of a bounce, but I still see a possible long here forming. And that's kind of what I want to discuss and talk about here with each and every one of you. So let's break it down. Let's have some fun. One thing I want to do is let me get this. Let me get the link. Make sure the link is sent over to the Discord. It is. It's ready to go. And how many people we got here on the live? We got 341 beautiful souls here up on a early Sunday morning. And you're the dedicated crew. Whoever's here right now, you're the dedicated crew, most likely to make gains. Whoever's here right now is the most likely to make a lot of money. Because why? Because you're showing up no matter what. You're putting in the work. It doesn't really matter what time it is to you. All you want to do is hustle and grind. And that's how I am. I was up at 5 in the morning doing the show for you guys last night at 8 p.m. I'm back 8 hours later at 7:41 a.m. your time, giving you the sauce. Bad audio, can barely hear. Yeah, it's probably your fault. Yeah, it's none of my business. So if you can't hear, it's up to you. You could bing up your stuff. And I don't have bad audio. I got the best audio of the game. So God bless you, man. Hope you probably have bad ears. Yeah, can't hear nothing. So it's not my fault if you have bad audio. Hope you can fix that for yourself and get yourself situated. God bless you, though. Hope you're having a good time out there. Yeah. Yeah, the audio's in your mind. Yeah. I can see the levels. They're actually beautiful. It's one of the greatest levels I've seen in a long time. So, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you over there, Hey, that's better. Always watching. Bitcoin walking down the stairs for now after leg day. Maybe not. I think we'll take a look. We'll take a look at what's happening to BTC right off the bat here on the live. Okay, moving forward. I don't want to peek, though, but peeking's seems like we're okay, right? How's the sound there? See, I'm getting red bars, but I don't hear it here. See, I would hear it a little more harsher. Yeah, I could be nice and deep in your mind there, right? Okay, let's break it down for each and every one of you. And do you want the music up a little more? Just a tad? Somewhere into the center there. That ain't bad. All right. Check. 1 2 1 2. Check. 1 2 1 2. All right, let's break down BTC like we do every single day. Let's talk about the 1 hour. See, I'm long as the 1 hour doesn't break the 200 MA. And I'm about to, I know people would think I'm nuts here, but this to me is likely going to bounce to the upside. And I'll tell you the odds of the bounce and why. The first thing you do is you lose the 200 MA thoroughly. Then you get back above it and usually lose it thoroughly again, but not as thoroughly as the last time. And this shows that we're starting to make a gain. Then you break the 200 MA in the 1 hour, you come up, and then you lose it a little bit. You didn't lose it. Look how much you lost it here. Look how much you lost it here. See how much less you lose it there? And that created that pump. Okay? Bear with me. Then we came here and look how much we lost it here. And this would suggest we would get a bounce. Because you can see each time it's getting less and less that we're going to be challenging the lower levels below the 200 simple moving average. The 200 period moving average on the 1 hour time frame. So if you get a bounce here, don't be surprised. A lot of people are going to short this. We did have that short open. I cut it off. Remember, at one point, it wasn't really worth it. I think it was up $20, so it didn't lose money, but there you have it. So, to me, a long right here. So a long right here with a stop at resistance and a take profit at resistance and a stop at about $95,078. That's a key level that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. That target takes you to 100,080. And that target would be basically this measured move of the wick to wick, the algorithmic measured move to the positionary strength of $100,800, 787 to be exact. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. And I'm still somewhat bullish here when everyone else isn't. A lot of people are seeing bearish div. It's going to drop, collapse. It's possible. What I would be also looking for is shoulder, head, possible right shoulder that breaks you further to the downside. Shout out to Salt Bay. Shout out to Nissaret. The guy treated me like a king last night. It's been a long, it's just good times. So I'm going to break down the bigger time frames. We're going to whittle it down, but I still see a possible move here on the 1 hour time frame back to the upside for Bitcoin. So don't put it past Bitcoin to continue to pump a lump. Pump a lump, baby. Yeah, but we have an FOMC and it's Sunday. Check. 1 million, 2 million. Carrick Soloway is looking to build a nice, oh my God. He's short of 37,000 and got wrecked, right? Yeah. Anyway, God bless him. I hope he's doing well. But yeah, I don't know, the long-term calls. Yeah. When Gareth is looking to build a short, I'm going to start building a long then, honestly. I counter-traded him. He's a great guy, but I've counter-traded him many times. It's paid off. I didn't even counter-trade him. I just noticed when I'm long, he's short. When I'm short, he's long, and I don't know what's going on there. God bless him, though. He's awesome. He's probably other trades. I don't even know what he's doing, honestly. I'm not even going to talk. All I know is he's been nice to me. But I have counter-traded him a few times, and it's played out. I'm just being honest. I'm not even trying to be rude. It's like the Boston Bruins beat the Boston Bruins, or the Celtics beat Orlando the other night. Like, it's just a simple fact. I'm not even trying to, But anyway, Gareth has been super nice to me. Great guy. No problems. I love everybody in the space. Good people. All right, so falling wedge could break to the upside. I'm looking at this to go to $142,000 for Bitcoin. And I've been long, Like these people that you just mentioned, they didn't bring up the fact that Bitcoin was in hidden bullish divergence. Then, Fibonacci to the 618 bounce. And we had, because your RSI swinging down, while your stochastics are pushing to the upside, you got momentum. MACD about to turn and twist here for that bullish cross to the upside. Lots of respect for you showing up every day. I would say that's crazy. God bless you, man. Yeah, and I got some really cool stuff from the Burj Khalifa. It was unbelievable. Every day, stand guard at the door of your mind. Amen. Shout out to Sky Cash. 100%, man. 100%. You said it, so I didn't have to. God bless. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. Shout out to Perfect Now. Yeah, alt's bearish. Anxiety on tap. Yeah, so I see Bitcoin bullish on the weekly. Right now, the weekly says yes. All right, and we're going to get a weekly close tonight. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we want. Let's just break it down, because tonight's going to be a big deal. Whatever happens tonight. Lots of respect for you showing up every day. Shout out to Crypto Scarface for the $9.99. If you want to send a super chat to support me, I never took a day off here in Dubai. God bless you. We do a lot of stuff too. Coin flip with FOMC. Will Powell be hawkish or dovish? And let's take a look at that CME watch tool and take a look at our next big meeting here. All right. What are you doing to me over here? All right, sorry. I'll get it over here. So weird. I use it all the time. It should just come right up. All right, our next meeting is in 3 days. 6 hours and 11 minutes. So you're going to get double me on Wednesday. So we start off a week, a Fed week, when I get back. Pretty crazy. But then I believe we get a nice, hefty, then we get the next month. So right now, all right, the current rate is 42425. All right. We would like the target rate, a lower rate, but right now it's saying that there will not be a rate cut. I really feel like by June they have to cut the rates. They will have to cut the rates. If you look at June, it used to slide. Now has it shifted? See, now you got way more. Before you're 97%, but now you kind of switch. And then if you get to July, from June to July, sorry, I might have misspoke there, but when you get to June to July, because now you're getting a 23%, you're at 3.7. That's 2 rate cuts. So it definitely looks like a rate cut's coming by June or July. And that's been spot on. I have used that to speculate, and it's been spot on. So Wednesday, we will have a Jerome Powell coming on in. All right. Best channel for TA and mental training. Shout out to Jay Bella in the house. Let's do a poll on how many viewers own Bitcoin in here. Okay, cool. Start a poll. Do you own Bitcoin? I should say, do you own enough? But anyway, I don't care if it's 0.01 Satoshi. I want to know what you got it. No, I don't want to know. But, I want to see the collective. Do you own Bitcoin? Yes or no? Thank you so much. I should do some more stuff like this off. Thank you for that. That was a good idea. Really good idea. God bless you. And it's a good, I want to see. You know what I mean? One more no cut problem. One more no cut, probably. Best channel for TA and mental training. God bless you. We all can count on Sammy being here. Amen. Rave Saw Records, I love you, man. God bless you. Thank you for everything. So Bitcoin looks good to me. And we're just going to take a look. Right here is resistance for BTC. So you want to look at your weekly resistance. Hone in right there. And you can see the bounce and the bounce. And the key area there is about 93.8, 94K really. So as long as we close this candle above 94K, I'm okay. That wick isn't my favorite thing in the world. It's a pretty big wick, on the top of these candles. That could cause some problems. Chance we actually get a move further to the upside, but so far so good with above the 21-day moving average. Whenever I see this above the 21 on the weekly, we've gone on a massive tear. And I showed you, I backtested this last night, and I showed you how we almost never go back below the 21 on the weekly. It's like a known signal for massive gains. It could be one of them right now. It could end up being one of the most massive gainers we've seen in a long time. No guarantees, but it coulda, woulda, shoulda, So sorry, when you're traveling, you always have to make sure your phone's charged, because if you're going somewhere or doing something and then your phone's off. And so I just realized that you gotta when you get back to the hoodie, you gotta be charging. Always charging. And we use that phone in depth. I was all over that place. My son Bryson says, thank you, Crypto Lifer, for the shout out to Sly Cash. He said he's 7 years old and he loves your show. Shout out to Sly Cash. Shout out to Sly Cash. We love you, brother. Hope everything's going well. And just keep pushing, brother, every single day. By 14 years old, you're going to be a great trader. You have 7 years under your belt. Never tell someone that you're too young for something. I've seen young kids really mature, and there's every once in a while there's a real special kid, and you're probably one of them, that just has something to them. I was kind of one of those kids. I started writing poetry really young. I developed my own sense of self pretty early. My manager, Jamie, too, he did too. There's something we had in common. Spent a lot of time all over the woods kind of doing our thing, So, maybe all your friends are doing something else and you have this other passion. It may separate you at the moment, but just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, and we love you. All right? Thank you so much for being here, and tell your mom or dad or whoever lets you jump on here that we really care about that, and we appreciate you, and we'll continue to have a wholesome show here with no profanity, always showing the right thing in a family-orientated area where people can bring their kids, bring their wives, show them that this is the community I'm a part of. It's not like those bro trading groups, and it's a completely different experience here with the Crypto Lifer, and so thank you. That's very nice of you. God bless. You just enlightened me. Like, I'm blown away. Anyway, so the weekly looks good. I'd like the weekly to crawl up a little bit today. I'd like to get a pump into Sunday night. It would make more sense. Otherwise, we're going to have a bit of a doji candle with more of a wick to the upside than to the downside. Not horrible as we closed above and sent green, but I'd like this to fulfill a little bit. Even if it just closed at 96,000, 95.8, somewhere in that area, it would solidify this into a more bullish looking candle. We can handle what we got right now. And honestly, it doesn't even matter as long as we stay above 94K. 93.5, what was it, 93.768? I saw it, 93.738. It was off by a number there. A letter, yeah. Most will never own BTC. So, wow, I never knew this. I thought it was going to be 90-10. I thought it was going to be 90-10. Right now, 59% of the only 167 people voted, though. So we know about 60 of those people own Bitcoin. 41% do not. We'd go up a little more on 170 votes. So it's 60-40 even right now. 60-40 own, 40% do not own any Bitcoin. And it's okay. I like you guys being honest. It's an anonymous poll. We won't see who and who does. Although my number one bag is XRP, I respect the OG Bitcoin as it is king. Just wanted to show that the BTCTA, see, what everyone wants to make big money, and they think Bitcoin's not going to make the money, and they don't buy it. What happens is their altcoin goes up, they sell it, they never buy more Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes higher than you could have gotten it when it was cheaper, even though your altcoin goes up. Eventually, you have to take a portion. For me, personally, you got to take a portion to get into Bitcoin. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. You do whatever makes you happy, please. I will never ask what's in your portfolio. Also, one thing I want to say is I'm a teacher, you're a student. I will never go over your portfolio. You can't ask me what to buy and sell. I'm not that guy. I'm just not doing that. I'm not consulting on coins. That's not my thing. If you look at the description of the video, I'm a teacher, you're a student. That's the definition of our relationship, and I'm here to change your life through education. Every single day I'm going to educate you on Fibonacci, support and resistance, key levels to watch, hidden bullish divergence, the Fibonacci retracements, and things that you must understand to get to the next level. If you want to take your trading seriously, you've got to get these skills down. You can't just kind of walk through life and let it pass you by. You got to get these skills down. You only have so much time in this world to get it going. So Don't waste your time, please. Your most precious asset, which is your time. I talk about it all the time. Timing is everything. A lot do alts instead of Bitcoin since it tracks close mostly, I guess. But in the long term, altcoins go down more and Bitcoin goes up. So 60% of the people, 61 to 39, do still a good chunk of people do not own Bitcoin. And I thought it was going to be the other way around. In the rural areas and the areas where people are more like, this is a pretty big deal. And personal development. Thank you for saying that. Wow. Greetings from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Shout out to Sirius Grayson. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much, really, for just being active, caring about me, getting yourself green there with the green name as a member and just being awesome. So Bitcoin still looks bullish. I'd like this candle close to be a little better, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's not the worst thing in the world. And then here this is, Now, it could be a downward flag, but the way that, you never know. But the hidden bullish is strong, and the Fibonacci is strong, and I've seen it many times. I think people could be, better positioned or understand more, but not understand these key concepts. And if you don't get them at a certain time, at the right moment, and believe in them, you can get smashed. And so you kind of have to have an idea and a plan. So my plan is this. Right now it looks more like an uptrending triangle, like we talked about. We've discussed many times. The measured move would just be this pole for now. So you're going to break out this pole and head to about 103, or head to this one and go to the target there at about 109. So, wow. Now, what I would do is get in here, stop loss maybe below the 21 MA and the simple, and let that simple just take, So one of these two shapes is going to take place. The wick there does suggest more downside because that's some pretty momentum. It looks like that's going to go more sideways, or it's going to go sideways up top. Not sure. I want to pick the up top center, but a little overbought on the stochastics. We're going to zoom in, though. The key is you don't have to make a decision when you do this. You don't have to know what price is going to do. Nothing. You just have to do these two things. And then, look, you check it every couple. I put an alert usually in the middle, and at the end, I put 2 or 3 alerts. What will happen is it'll start it'll start to do its thing. It'll get tight, and it's going to choose a path at one point. And once it chooses the downward path, it's more likely it's the falling wedge by 90%. You can be almost positive that's what it's going to do, And then if it goes sideways, you can be positive it's going to be the flag. And then you have your entries. Either you trade the flag there or you trade the falling wedge here. Falling wedge will probably just be a little shorter because the measured move will be the same, but that means you can't get to the higher target. That's very simple stuff for me. So this is how we're going to figure out the daily, and the daily still looks good to me. Doesn't look too bad. You can say, well, it's got a death cross coming, a pre-death cross, the 21 crossing the 50, but still looks pretty good to me. All right, let's move on to the 3-day chart. 3-day chart still looks pretty good to me. Same scenario, same story, morning glory, and then it's got the bullish divvy. The bullish divergence punched this thing to the upside pretty nicely. Man, I'll just leave that for that. My wife get it butchered the way she wanted to get it butchered. No, I was just saying, when you chop Bitcoin up, it's like going to the butcher. I was telling my wife, and who wants some Satoshi? We were just joking around one day. I was like, you want some Satoshis? I'll chop it off the book or off the block, I give you a couple pieces of meat over here. She was like, I want my Satoshis. I said, no, we never take Bitcoin out of the freezer. I know, you're like, what is this guy saying? You never know, honestly. You never know. So the 21-day moving average and the 3-day chart, a little far away. It does suggest we may start coming back down to the 3-day chart. And you're starting to see one of these. That'd be nothing wrong with that. And then we get the push up. It would take a week or two for us to finally pull back. I mean, we've gone on a pretty nice tear. So that's one thing on the radar. And then the daily here looks very similar. It's a little overbought. Looks like it's going to come further to the downside here for Bitcoin. I kept that E-Trade open. Now I'm wondering, maybe I want to close it. So right off the bat, what I'm looking at is something like this. And, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, or could it get a bounce? And honestly, it's kind of sketchy. You got overbought stochastics, which tell me you're going to dump. Whenever the stochastics are that high, it's usually not a good look to be getting into price action. But there's a chance that they could reset here like so. And we go sideways on price action and get ready for a next bigger move. That big move takes us somewhere to about, bring that down, 109,391 for BTC. Shout out to John Blake. I work out, but if I was in Dubai, I would grab the MC Arabia from McDonald's. Don't worry, six pack still on track, people. I made money taking trades when Lifer did on these lives. Believe in this channel. John Blake, I love you. Thank you for telling people you made gains with me on the live while I was traveling. And I really appreciate that. So 58% hold Bitcoin, 41% do not. It's really a 60-40 battle here with 290 votes. I hope we can get the votes all the way up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate that. It would be absolutely amazing. So it's not over yet. But I'm going to be watching very closely for a couple of things. You know, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Like, that could drop. So it's one thing that I'm looking at, but we could also go sideways. We'll go sideways and bounce. I take the longs. We drop. I take a short, or I just wait for a better long, depending on how I feel about the situation. So I'm watching the daily for BTC, 21 coming up. And again, down here, we didn't know what was going to happen until it happened. This could be one of the most monster trades ever when the setup comes out, and then I'm going to know. My subconscious mind's going to feel right, the trade's going to feel right, and we're ready to hit the button. We looked at the 22-hour time frame, similar, like completely similar scenario. We looked at the 12-hour time frame, a completely, somewhat of a similar scenario. And you're getting oversold, all right? 8-hour time frame, you're pretty oversold too as well. I would expect a bounce. Like, let's be honest. Let me get rid of the squigglies. But when you look at it and you talk about how we see price action, formulate over time, this is what it is here. And it's really about the elements, too, that have a lot to do with it, pushing on Bitcoin. And that's what the indicators do. They kind of show you what Bitcoin's dealing with, what the struggles are, what the ups and downs are. And then TA is foreign because at the beginning, it's all foreign, right? Articles, magazines, all this stuff comes at you about Bitcoin. Cointelegraph, like, coming out today doing something foolish, And look, we do have some resistance at 98,277. Okay. And it makes sense because they can't anticipate a blow off top into 100K. They kind of have to build that up because that's going to create more shorts, which is going to help the whole market dump again. I mean, look like it's dumping, but we're going to, So, can we get a bounce? Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder is something that we could have to pay attention to. Now, where do we stay in here and we explode? I'm long, I'm long, like, spot, you know what I mean? And I bought more Bitcoin yesterday on the channel. You guys saw me, so you know where my head's at when it comes to BTC. Tars AI broke out of the wedge. Thank you for saying that. Sam, hope you're good, brother. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Just came back from playing drums at church. Praise Jesus. Hope you had a good time, man. That's really good acoustics to be a part of everyone like that. If you pull a trend line the other day from the bottom of the 9th of April past the point to the 20th of April, it's exactly at resistance now. How high do you think the probability it will hold? I don't know. Yeah. The CME gap makes people nervous. How you doing over here? Hey, the poll conveys a wonderful message about what people appreciate, not only the Bitcoin, but also perhaps the more important, your remarkable presence. Thank you. Do you use any hybrid indicator, Sam? I use the volume laid over the momentum indicator, and the convergence and the divergence just shows the pumps and the dumps. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but this is the same thing as any divergence. You're just showing energy. Yeah. You came back from Dubai? No, I'm still in Dubai. This is my hotel room, man. I haven't packed my bags yet. I got to start packing. I'm going to start packing this whole entire thing at the end of the stream. It'll be the last time, besides just updating you guys with my iPad and stuff. I'm going to take most of the day off. I have to, man. I'm exhausted. I get back Monday at 2 p.m., so I'll live stream probably about 4 p.m. I'll be jumping in for like a close, or maybe I'll come back at 8 p.m. just for the daily candle close. I'll probably daily candle close it, right, and wrap it up. So tomorrow I will miss the Monday stream at 10 a.m. I'll be on a flight. There's nothing I can do about it. But the flight's like 14 hours, and it's 7 hours behind, so the flight only takes 7 hours. Time-wise. I'll be in the flight for 14 hours, but time-wise, I save 7 hours. So Sui may have hit the bottom. I like it. I mean, that makes sense because it's a hot coin and people sold it off a little bit. Maybe time for a bit of a bounce here for Sui. Now, I'm going to show you a long that I'm in right now. Oh, spit your coffee out, right? Yeah, I opened up a long not too long ago, and I'm going to show you why I did it. I'm going to kind of go over the parameters of why I'm in the long. It's on weeks, in case you want to know where I opened it and why. It is down $130, but that's okay. Not all my trades are up immediately, you know, especially weekend trades. Weekend trades tend to go up and down because the liquidity is low. But if you just hang out with a deeper stop, so what I'm doing is just looking for this falling wedge to break to the upside. Very simple stuff. Now, maybe it doesn't, and I lose, you know, I'm like 350 for, you know, 1,200. And so that's what I'm looking at. That takes me to the target at about 99,422. And as long as we stay above the 200 MA, I'm bullish on the 1 hour time frame. And so far, it looks like we may get this bounce. There's a bit of a bullish divvy. And so my stop's right there at about 94,930. And I'm willing to kind of hang out. And that's where I'm at right now. So I did open up a long. Entry now. Stop below 94,917. Take profit somewhere all the way up at 99,400 for Bitcoin. So I see a long playing out, even though everyone's freaking out. Also, resistance, 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 support. That's an SR flip right there with the 21-day moving average. Now, this is easily collapse and dump on me. I know that. And I'll take it. But last night, I felt like we could have had more of a dump out that complex head and shoulder. We did not. So I took the long. I took the long. And I'm still in the Ethereum long, too, as well. No stress. All right. Look, a zero fee fest. Trade ETH in more hot pairs with no fees. Nobody's doing this. Nobody is giving no fees. And look, I'm still up 236, 14%. At one point, it was like 5, 6, maybe even $700. But again, same idea, same concept. We're above the 200 MA. You would expect this to start pumping hard right now back to the upside. And then it might even kind of do something like this. You know, complex, and not complex, but an inverted head and shoulder. That's going to break us further to the upside. So I like what I'm seeing here for Ethereum, and I'm still long. And I'll show you the trade that I'm long on ETH just so you understand the concept of what I'm doing here. But that's the trade right there. There's the trade right there, right? And I did open this on MEXC a while back. If you want to trade on MEXC, hit the link in the description below. Or if I have it in the pinned comment section up here, jump on into MEXC.com to find out more. And if you want all the awesome tips, tricks, calls, and all the hottest stuff in the game, right? You got to go to the best place. Where's the best place to go, everybody, for all your hottest information? It's CryptoLifer.com. That's where you're going to find out how you can get into my school, into the Discord that I run every single day, constantly. And, join us today. You know, subscribe to a weekly, a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. $99 a month, less than $3 a day. I scour the world, scour for coins, go through my subconscious mind. I very rarely take trips like this. I'm usually grinding. And even when I do take trips, I made gains for you guys. We put out a lot of calls for Bitcoin. We had a blast. So, I'm looking for a bounce. What goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. I'm just looking for this bounce, this sideways price action, and then boom, gone, baby, gone. I like that I have some buffer zones. I like that we have this key level. Now, if we lose, let's look at our bearish scenario here for Bitcoin. And honestly, I don't really see it. I guess, or maybe a bullish retest that everyone acts as like a big deal. So we would break down and have to lose the 200 MA on the 8 hour, the 4 hour. These are the things. There's a lot of integrity to build those up. Again, anything can happen, but even the 8 hour looks pretty good to me. So I'm expecting a bounce here for Bitcoin. And they've been kind of toying with the regular population all day. But I am expecting a bit of a bounce here for Bitcoin. Yep. Just because the previous resistance is support, that's an SR flip right there. The Stokes are getting low. Everything's kind of starting to show like it's money. I'm going to show you something else right now that's going to blow your mind. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? All right. Wait, who's ready? Are you ready for this? Is anybody ready? Hold on. I'm not showing it until you're ready. All right. But I'm going to show you something real quick. All right. Let's take a look at BTC, USD on KuCoin, like any place. Bybit on the weekly. Let's take a look at what we see on the weekly. I know we did this before, but I just want to get you going. I like to show you guys stuff that gets you excited. But I mean, you know, hidden bullish divergence. Fibonacci wick to the 618 golden pocket, right? Beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. Who's ready? I want to see I need to see 100 people say I'm ready right now. I can't do it. I got to see 100 people say I'm ready. I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to get 100 people say I'm ready or I can't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to blow your mind what I'm going to reveal. So I think you really want to unlock this move here. All right. Okay, I got Lakochi saying he's ready. Sean said he's ready. Ready, Freddy. My mom used to say that. Ready, Weezer. Ready, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Ready, Captain. And the last one right there, Born Ready 100, man. God bless you all. Wow, you did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. Okay. So check it out. You got this swing up. You got this move, right? We're going to kind of swing back in here and see what happens. And you're going to see kind of this microcosm of a world here in trading. First thing we're going to do is pull that Fibonacci. That wick right there is beginning of impulse. So you got pretty dang close to the 618. We could get a little closer. But then we also have this, we also have something that's very interesting. We've got swing up, but we've got swing down on the RSI. You see? And this is what nobody's really going to be paying attention to. Like, and if you map this up nicely and you catch it, you can see it's definitely forming further to the downside. And so swing up near the 618 golden pocket and hidden bullish divergence with the Stokes getting low. It's suggesting that Bitcoin's going to get a bounce here, like, and that you're going to break this high before you break these lows. And so I'm long, like, and it makes sense to me. And I remember the weekly above the 21 period moving average and how strong that is on the week. That's a big deal. That's an absolute big deal. There's nothing you can say about that. All right. I peep that. Amen, right? No, I said 89. I just said 89. I said 89. Yeah, I got 89. You just didn't hear it. I snuffled through it. I snuffled right through 89. Snuffleophagus right through 89 there. MM loves market manipulation. And shout out to MM Crypto, man. Became like super nice guy, man. Super nice guy. And God just put us together. Like one day I was just walking into a lobby. There he was. Popped in. I mean, we were both connected to an exchange and stuff, but I had no idea I was going to see him my first day. And then next thing you know, I wasn't even going to Karate Combat. I was eating dinner late at night. I was tired. I was like, maybe I shouldn't go out. I should go to bed early. Finally, last minute, 11:30, I go. The owner of Karate Combat comes out. They know exactly who I am. He's like, dude, get this guy in here. We want him commentating. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there commentating with my man Action, with Scotty. Had a good time, man. It was awesome. And then MM Crypto was next to me. And it's funny, man. I'm sitting there and I'm like, we're sitting there talking, and shout out there I was there doing the announcing. Doug Hype was there. Shout out to Doug Hype. This is my man, MM Crypto, man. And now, look, I mean, he's a boss, right? But look, he follows me now, man. He's my buddy now. And we became friends, man. Good dude. I mean, what an amazing guy. Like, look what he did with his life, right? And there he is. You got to commentate, too. So we were both commentating, having a blast, doing our thing. It's just amazing, man. You know, the lifer, man. I said thank you to everybody. I might have missed a few people. I'm sorry. I was tired, but I hope everyone kind of feels the respect. And then Salt Bay last night. Dude, he did the thing. He did the thing. Are you ready? I'm going to show it to you live. He did the thing live. Like, he's going to do it. Like, everyone has the gift, but, like, I was there in real time. Like, he splashed me with the salt on the table, man. It's hard to get the upload speed here on when you're streaming. Twitter doesn't like to play a lot when you're already streaming, I've noticed. It's a tough application to grab a playback speed on. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. I'll play it for you. Oh, there it is. All right, let him do his thing. This is crazy. You got to see it. Fresh beef tallow, like you just... See the gold flakes? He puts this gold leaf on the steak. And there he is. He splashes the salt. Yo. I bugged out, man. I have to be honest. I didn't know as much about everybody else about all this stuff, and I couldn't believe it. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin. If you can see, it just got a bounce from 95,385 all the way up to 95,462, right? And so I see a move for Bitcoin to the upside, even though everyone else does not. I see some sauce going on here. And again, I could be wrong. If we lose this level at 95.58, you're going to have to come back down there to 93.7. If you lose 93.7, you're going to 92.2. So those are your levels you're going to be watching. It's unlikely you'll be at 92.2 before I get home, but you never know. You never know. There is a bit of a bigger bearish divvy here. But some could say that was it. We pulled back and we couldn't. Bearish divergence is only as strong as support and resistance. See, support and resistance trumps divergences. I've learned that now. Like a really strong one. And so look, resistance, massive breakout. You got to come back to find support, right? You want to retest key levels that you thought were too strong or not. That's a very important way to manage it and go about it, okay? So again, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I took a long, okay? I'm transparent as glass cleaned at Burj Khalifa. I'm transparent as the glass at Burj Khalifa, man. They clean that thing. It's perfectly clean. So, and dude, I got my hat. I got my Burj Khalifa hat. So when I'm out in Florida, I do my thing. I got my Crypto Billy hat. You know what I mean? So when I'm old man style, hanging out with Crypto Billy, like all the old... No, I'm sorry. I'm messing with you, Billy. Dude, if no one's gonna mess, if I don't mess with you, Billy, who's gonna mess with you, man? You know what I mean? Who's gonna make you feel like a kid again, Billy? Or like you remember when you guys used to poke fun in the I don't want to give you memories of when you were in the but I'm sure you had good times. You know what I'm saying? When you were in the service with your buddies. Sam is also the type of guy who sits next to you in an empty movie theater. No, I would never do that. I don't want anyone near me. Actually, it was so funny, man. Today we were doing our thing, and you have to go through those revolving doors, and it's one person at a time. Otherwise, the other person hits the door, you can't get out. This guy got right behind Jamie and got him. Jamie. He got right behind Jamie. He's in the cubicle thing with Jamie. He's on him, and Jamie's looking at him like, finally they can't move, and they block the whole thing. And now Jamie's like, and Jamie looks at the guy and he's like, "Get away from me." He's like, "You're on top of me, man. Like, get out." It's the funniest thing ever, bro. He's like, "Yo, get out of here." Does remind me of my dad's hat, though. See? Let's make some money back. That's a good spend in Dubai. Ha ha ha. Honestly, man, I came up in Dubai. All the different things that I did in business, the trades that I made. And, luckily a lot of people hooked me up. So, I didn't have to spend my own money on anything but gifts for my wife and kids. I got my wife and kids the chocolate. I got my kids the little Khalifa. I bought myself a giant Khalifa, gold-plated with Swarovski crystal. It's so sick, man. I fell in love with that building the second I went to it. And it always represents engineering. 5 years they got it done. The tallest building in the world. And they just showed, because, even though it is more like a kingdom here, they don't have the bureaucracy. You try to build a train station in Boston, you got to go through planning. By the time they get that done, it's been they can't do anything in the States with the bureaucracy. So here, they just get it done. They had men working 24/7 of this building. They executed the plans. When they broke ground, they were ready to rock. It was well-planned, well-orientated, ready to rock. And they did amazing numbers. I see us bouncing. We could be at 100K by the time I get home. And imagine this trade plays out huge to the upside. So something to think about. While everyone's really bearish today on a Sunday, they kind of want to stress it out. I'd be looking for a long. So I bounced into a long. And again, if we lose the 200 MA on the 1 hour, I'm out. Here's the deal. This is what I love about this. I got a great strategy for this. We lose the 200 MA in the 1 hour, I'm out. But what if it's a fake out? Fine. They'll bring it back up. They'll break it out, and they'll likely retest that key area right there. So here's my strategy. I'm in right now with my stop below the 200. If they rock it, one will close, then it could go lower, and I'll just get stopped out. But if they dolphin dip and they bounce back, I'm getting in right there. I'm getting in right there, and I'm taking it. So I might miss this little move, but it's okay. So I have my strategy because I'll get back in, because then you're going to have the shoulder, head, right shoulder, and that can do some numbers. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Things are playing out, and it's starting to kind of, get itself going. I'm going to take a look at the super chats now and see what's happening. And shout out to all my people that are here early, getting that sauce, right? We really just broke down Bitcoin together in such a way. I really saw how it looks. It makes sense to me. And look, I talked about SWE dumping, and I said look for SWE to go to $3. I called this before it happened, and it actually did. Did Sui hit bottom? It's possible. Let's take a look at what could be happening. But look, that head and shoulder was spot on. I nailed it for Sui. You kind of need the Bitcoin bounce. If you get the Bitcoin bounce, Sui's going to do something like this. All right? Then it's going to make a complex inverted head and shoulder. You're going to be looking at something like this. And there's people that are good at analysis, but they're not as good as playing with TradingView. Like my TradingView speed is just unmatched by almost any analyst I've seen in the game. I have to be honest. Because of my fast ratio, like the way I do the stream, it's got to be high intense movements. I put a lot of pressure on myself to be able to nail exactly what's happening, how to get the tools, tips, and tricks ready for you at the speed of light. And that's another reason why people love this channel, man. It's just a constant, when you can use the TA properly, you can use TradingView at a light speed, you can teach people a lot of stuff in a fast amount of time. So I want to be your brainiac. I want to be your go-to. I desire to be your go-to. I want you to come to this channel and feel like you got everything that you needed. You were a baby in a manger taken care of when it came to technical analysis. You're making your own decisions. But when you start getting into TA, it takes time. And you need a mentor to help you guide you through. And so I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to one that helps you think things through. Look, we're going to map this out. Bitcoin bounces, this will bounce. That could be the bottom for Sui. You got some resistance, support. That could be a key area. $3 Sui before it decides to do numbers. And it could go to 20. So that's a 7x here from where we're at. I wouldn't be surprised. 46% gains out of Sui. And so here's my Sui projection. And that's a pretty sweet projection. Like I just made that up. I didn't see that until, I love this channel because the creative nature I get to use here. We're always kind of bouncing ideas off each other, always having fun. And we're exploring. This is an exploratory stream. Like we don't just sit stagnant. We're always seeing what could happen. We're finding new coins. We're gaining momentum. And we're looking at the brass tacks. Remember if someone brought about Puff, it still looks pretty good to me. A little Puff. I don't know what's up with it, but we drew it in this flag and said if it continues in the flag, then little Puff may do some damage. So little Puff looking interesting to me on Solana. This thing may make some gains. And I don't say that about a meme, and I don't have any of the memes, so I don't do that. I don't like if I'm in a meme, I'm going to tell you to your face. I'm in the meme. All right? I want to take a look at AWR. Remember, it was in that cup and handle yesterday. I don't know if it boded well with Bitcoin's up and down movement, but we'll see. All will retire, $5.6 million. This is on Deck Screener. And that still looks good to me. Like nothing has changed here. So if Bitcoin gets the bounce, that's a reminder. Very high risk. But I like the setup. If it was weak, it would be already kind of, but it's showing strength. Very high risk every year, so reminder. All right. And what time is it? It's got to be almost 4 o'clock. It's 4:23. Unbelievable. So yeah, Bitcoin 95.4. I wouldn't expect anything too crazy, and it could get volatile tonight. I'm 300 for 900 here, so you got to be careful too. I wouldn't be going 10,000 for big money, but I like that 200 MA. There's a good chance we could hold it. Good chance we could lose it too as well. And only time will tell as we continue to battle. I don't like those 2 wicks. I'd like this to kind of get back up there on that 1 hour time frame. Not looking absolutely amazing. Let me take a look at the chat and see how everybody's doing in the chat. God bless you all for being here. Tagged you in the ultimate chat. It's pretty, what is that? Ultimate chat. I sent a screenshot to the Discord. I got 20K in Sui right now, or more actually. Yeah, I got bags right now in Sui. Crypto Lifer, hidden bullish divergence on the 15-minute. Thank you. And is that you right there saying, are you American God? It is, but to me it's a little too much. Way too extended. Mine needs to be cleaner than that. To me, it's a bit of a stretch. You don't want to be covering tons of areas and calling it hidden bullish divergence. But I mean, you get the idea. If you know the energy and you know how the energies work, then you're cool with it. Right? Bitcoin swing. Yeah, it's possible divergence, but it doesn't look amazing. It takes some time to clean it up. You want them to look really, really nice, if you can. All right? I asked Google. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool. No, I took some pictures of it this morning. If you guys want to see, I took sunrise pic. I woke up at 5 in the morning today, and I took pictures of the Caliph. And I'll send them to the group for you guys right now so you can see what it looks like at sunrise. I mean, pretty epic time because no one wakes up at that time. I'm up at 5:30. I said, man, I ran out to my balcony and I said, I gotta nail these. I gotta nail these pictures. And I woke up and, you know, it's pretty cool, pretty epic. Sunrise, Burj Khalifa sunrise, and they should be popping in any time now. Funny, they shouldn't be here by now, but they're not. What? So that's kind of what I got for Bitcoin. You know, I could spend hours on here just saying whatever. TIA and cookie, please, from Kenneth Thompson. Thank you for the $9.99. Let's look at TARS AI, a hot coin. A lot of people are trading in and out of right now. It's got a lot of good volume. They also got it on weeks and MEXCs. You can see they got it on weeks, and there's their weeks chart. They also have on MEXC. Sui has a lot of tokens left to dump on us. It does too. But over time, I could see it eventually getting up. Sometimes people need the tokens in the ecosystem too as well. And so they don't go to waste. Especially if there's, you know, use case, APY, and more memes people will sell off the supply. So check out here, we're watching this flag. And you just want to see kind of how this flag plays out with the 21. Once this flag plays out with the 21, it will be looking pretty crispy. And it could be your lower price, but like, you know, do you want to take that shot after everything, right? So we go here, boom. Sorry, vertical line right here, right click it, add the alerts, and everything is ready to go here. And I like what I'm seeing. After 9 p.m., I'll share. Oh, yeah. You had an amazing trip. So cool. You share with us. Amen. Yeah. What do you think about BOOKMAP on BTC? The liquidity resting in the 80K range. I think that's a bit ridiculous, honestly, the liquidity at the 8K range. We'd have to lose some key levels on the 200 MAs, like the 4-hour 200 MA and the 1 hour. Then I would start thinking about that liquidity. Until then, I would leave that alone, man. That's why the 200 MA is such a key way to trade, because once you're above it in key parameters, you can stop thinking about lower areas. If you break it, then you can start thinking about going lower. You know, but until then, there's really no reason to associate yourself with that mental energy, because it's a waste of time. You know, you can project it on the big time frames and see the levels by all means. But what I mean is, don't start like planning for lower levels before you lose a 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. Just not what you need, you know. So that's sunrise. The sun was rising, you know. It was just kind of getting started. There's the Burj Khalifa in the background there. And it's just beautiful, right? Beautiful times. And man, I just had a blast at the top of that place. And guys, if anyone wants to see it, I put it up on a live stream, an entire live stream of the top of the tallest building in the world. So if you feel like you want to see it and you've never been, or you think you'll never be able to get there, jump on it. Look, why so cheap? There's all these awesome boats for sale. This girl sells awesome boats, Naughty Styles. If you ever need a boat, go to Naughty Styles. I met Mo too. He's so cool. So cool, man. So what I want to show you is, if you go to my channel, right, and you want to check out the live streams, I just did a live stream from the Burj, tallest building in the world, live from Burj Khalifa, luxury experience, Munch Wash in Dubai, right? Maybe we'll put Dubai right here in the top, you know, Dubai's tallest building. Tallest building in the world, live from Burj Khalifa. This is amazing. You'll have a lot. Look, 5656. Unbelievable. 3,000 views already. People are eating that up. All right. Eating it up. So everyone, I love y'all. I gave you everything I could. Look out for other coins and things I'm looking at. Look for Sui to get a possible bounce here, but be careful. Bitcoin could take it down. All right. Same thing here. You want to see this flag out. I got an alert here on TAI. So I put alerts on things if they're not perfect yet. And if they're ready to go, then we maximize that alert process. So everybody, I'm going to jump on out of here. I gave you such a thorough live stream. It's about an hour here on a Sunday morning, and it felt good. It felt great. We banged it out. We got it done. And the streak continues, right? We can't say it does not. So God bless each and every one of you. I'm packing up my studio for the last time here in Dubai. I still got to work, everyone. My work does not stop. It's a constant grind, a constant hustle. You get these awesome dinners, you get these awesome times, you meet famous people, but you go back to your hotel room and you pull out USBs and you put things in order and you put your microphone away and you grind just like you did when you were 19 years old on those movie sets, Sam. Just like when I was a PA. I'm still my PA. I'm still the CEO. I'm still the trader. You know what I'm saying? No job is below me. I push every single day. I love y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. And this is how you get it done. The real owner of the farm does it all. He shovels manure while he counts the money, okay? And he sells the milk, and he milks the cows, just like the Schmuckers did, all right? If you don't know who the Schmuckers are, I'm sorry, but I'm privileged. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for everything. You guys made Dubai amazing. The stream kept kicking, and no matter what, it was awesome. Yeah, exactly. Just come into a revolving door with me. Only one of us is exiting, of course. You stream so much, I can't catch up with all of them, Sammy. Hey, man, I love you all. Have a blessed day. I'm so grateful to God for this beautiful trip, all the awesome people God has put inside my life, all these experiences that have made this an amazing, amazing time. Me and Jamie got to know each other, had a really good time. The Discord's going to be run even better because we know each other. Everything's going to start moving better in a higher level, everybody. And I'm going to continue. I love you all. Thank you so much. Remember, the secret to success, I asked so many people my whole life. I studied it. You know what the secret to success is? It's getting started. Once you start, then you start to learn. Then you can tweak what you do. A car that's not moving ain't going anywhere. A car that at least moves, you can change the direction. But you got to start moving. You got to get started. Stop waiting for someone else. Stop waiting for the perfect time because the perfect time ain't never going to come. It's not. Get off zero. Let's go. I love y'all. Have a great day. Stay blessed. I love you. Thank you so much. Like you have no idea. I'm so grateful. God bless.